my sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day.
Good morning, Rooted Men. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Church. Great to have you on board on this Wednesday morning. It is foggy, cloudy, but warmer here in southeastern Michigan. Still got some snow on the ground, had quite a bit of rain last night. Not sure what the weather's supposed to be today. I haven't looked at it yet. But I hope things are going well with you wherever you are. We're looking at Joshua as we go into this year of 2026, and we're going to talk more about that in just a second. But let's say hi to a few people. I think I saw, besides me, there he is, Chuck. Shalom, gentlemen. Chris Connolly. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm out there on X. Good morning, Rooted Men. Ken Gooch. Good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Bert Reggiani. Good morning. And then America 17I says hello. Hello there. How are you? Welcome. So I'm going to pull the text up. You know what? We'll do the text first. I'm going to pull this text up here, and so that you and I can both see it. Boom. You should have it on your screen. Let me check and see. Do you? Yes. All right. There it is. Now, I guess the first thing that I want to say is I want to go back, I think, to some things that Steve said yesterday, and I want to tee something up here. The first chapter of Joshua sets the tone for the whole nation of Israel, not just Joshua bringing them into the promised land, but what it's supposed to be like when they're living in the promised land. And there are two things that seem to be principles that need to be understood and held on to. First principle: I'm the God of the universe. I love you. I have called you to be my nation. I'm going to make you a great nation. I'm going to do all of these things because I'm God, and I've got a plan, and I'm going to be using you as a nation to bring a blessing to the whole world. So I'm God. I need you to believe that I'm God. I need you to believe that I'm for you and not against you, that I love you. Hence, you do not have to be afraid. You do not have to be worried. You do not have to be discouraged, because wherever you go, I will go, and I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to make you victorious. So be strong and courageous. That sounds a lot like firmly root yourself in God's unconditional love. Secondly, the second principle: do what I say. Listen to my words. Firmly root yourself in God's eternal truth. If you remember that I love you, and if you are obedient to my words, because my words are good for you, I'm not trying to be a dictator. I'm trying to guide you how to live in this broken world. It's not just a message to Israel, it's a message to all of us. Hence why in Ephesians chapter 6, we have put on the full armor of God, that we should take on the very power of God, that it should be the basis of our lives. But that power is unleashed when we're attached to his love and his eternal truth. So notice in the very first chapter, know who I am, know that I'm going to bless you, but you got to be obedient to my word and don't move to the right or to the left. Do not be tempted by the other nations. Don't be tempted at all. Follow me. With that, let's look at the text for today. And Joshua commanded the officers of the people, pass through the midst of the camp and command the people, prepare your provisions, for within 3 days you are to pass over this Jordan to go in to take possession of the land that the Lord your God is giving you to possess. Bam. Get ready. 3 days from now, we're crossing the Jordan River. 40 years ago, their parents wouldn't do it. They wouldn't go across. They are trusting God. They're trusting his word. They're trusting his character, and they're going because God said so. And the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, Joshua said, remember the word that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, the Lord your God is providing you a place of rest and will give you this land. Now, let's explain what's going on before, so that you understand what he's saying. The Gadites, the Reubenites, and the half tribe of Manasseh asked Moses if they could set up their portion of the land on this side of the Jordan. And Moses said yes. As long as your fighting men go with the rest of your brothers and the family of Israel into the land and help them fight and take over. What God is saying is, I'll protect your people. I'll protect your families. But you've got to trust me. In order to keep this land where you're at right now, you've got to cross over with everybody else. Your fighting men have to go out and do battle. And once we're done, you can go back to your land and you can set up and live in your portion. Joshua is reminding them that they made this promise and Moses agreed to it. Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, the Lord your God is providing you a place of rest and will give you the land. Your wives and your little ones and your livestock shall remain in the land that Moses gave you beyond the Jordan. But all the men of valor, all your fighting men among you shall pass over, armed before your brothers, and shall help them, until the Lord gives rest to your brothers as he has to you, and they also take possession of the land that the Lord has given them. It's just beautiful. It is just as it should be. Matter of fact, God is moving. God is speaking. We're being obedient. Let's get ready. Everybody line up. Let's go. This is one-mindedness. This is homothumadon. And it only exists when God's people are united around his love and truth. It's pictured here. Now, is it going to always be this way? No. Same with the church. I mean, one of the things we have to do is constantly correct ourselves, constantly, shake ourselves up and knock ourselves on the side of the head and say, get back to where you're supposed to be. Get back to God's love and his eternal truth. Stop looking at the winds and the waves. Stop looking at the politics. Stop looking at all this. This is going to end, but his kingdom is not going to end. Then you shall return to the land of your possessions and shall possess it, the land that Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise. And they answered Joshua, listen, all that you have commanded us, we will do. And wherever you send us, we will go. Just as we obeyed Moses in all things, so we will obey you. Only may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses, which has already been promised in the early part of chapter 1. Whoever rebels against your commandment and disobeys your words, Whatever you command him shall be put to death. Only be strong and courageous. Whoa. Ha. Wouldn't that be weird? You know, death falling upon those who are disobedient to God's love and his eternal truth. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to Ananias and Sapphira in Acts chapter 5? Because they chose to do things their own way and not God's way. What happened every time Abraham or Isaac or Jacob or anyone in Scripture chose to do things their way rather than God's way? Things got weird. Same in our lives. Same in our lives. God's character has never changed. He created us because he loves us. He instills in us the ability to communicate truth, understand truth, have wisdom to see. And we're called to not just see all that we see going on in this world, but to see what his kingdom is doing in this world and where our place is in it. And so I ask that we would just realize, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you might stand against the devil's schemes. Because our war is not against flesh and blood, but it's against principalities and powers in this dark world. I want to encourage you to see that even the Christian church is at war. We're fighting to get people, rescuing people into the promised land, heaven. Jesus says there's more sheep to be found. There's more sheep out there that are lost and confused that need to be rescued, and it's our job to go find them. So the church has the same command that Joshua had, that we will be blessed by God because the movement of God's kingdom, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, it's real. And he's God, so it's going to happen. The question is, are we going to be participants in that, or is it going to happen beside us? Are we going to join in the movement? Not to judge the world, but to save it. To bring people to Jesus Christ. To bring people to the cross. And realize that that's the epic battle. Not the ones we see on this earth, but where Jesus in the darkness cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he bears all of humanity's sins, all the brokenness, all the shame, all the guilt, all the stuff, and says it's finished. The price is paid. That we now can have hope. That this God went to war for us, and he won, crushed the devil's head. And we now can step into God's unconditional love. We can step into his truth, and we can step into his power. Just don't fear. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Be like Peter walking on the water because you're staring in the face of Jesus, but don't look at the winds and the waves. Stay focused on Jesus. Put on the blinders so that you only see Jesus. Set your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of your faith, and we'll stand firm. And we will be the church that we ought to be. All right. I think I'll leave it at that. Great to have all of you on board. Blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.